Hello my friends and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Today I will try to maybe speculate about a situation that I think occurs behind the scenes, and we just see little signs, and the signs are provided by the mass media obviously, and the reason why we are not allowed to see those discussions behind the scene, I think, is because some people have to save face. And I'm talking about the peace process and between or peace negotiations between Russia and Ukraine, or better put, Russia and the United States of America and its bottom feeders. So I'm going to read you an article, and this is what I get out of it, and let me know if you think, or maybe it's going to make you think that this is far-fetched what I'm going to say. Ukrainska Pravda, August 22nd, 2022. First document on security guarantees for Ukraine will appear by the end of the summer. Office of the Ukrainian president. So, first document of security guarantees for Ukraine will appear by the end of summer. Do you remember when Ukraine and Russia went to Turkey to see that fantastic leader Erdogan, who facilitated the meeting and the negotiations? And one thing that was discussed and was fantastic was that the Ukrainians said, we would like security guarantees in case we agree with the peace process and this and that. And they were talking about having a number of countries, including China and big United States and others, they would guarantee that if Russia will move further west after the demarcation line, then they will militarily intervene against Russia, bound by international signed document, legal. That was then. When those guys came back to Kiev with the, okay, this is what we discussed with the Russians, then they were slapped around, sent to their rooms to clean up and wash their underwear, and just don't get involved in these kind of things anymore. And everything stalled when they came back to Kiev. Some people say, the Russians are saying, just to put it bluntly, that it was the Brits and the Americans who told them, what are you talking about? Smack, go to your room. And this is what I get so far just from the title. Now remember, Russia also, one of the points that Russia made, for which they started the military operation, special military operation, was it wanted, and they fought for that for about 2 years before February 24th, about we want law-abiding, legal-abiding guarantees. It's not wording. Like, for instance, you heard that weasel Olaf Scholz, the Chancellor of Germany, that he said that he verbally guaranteed the Russians that that Ukraine will not be NATO member. He told Putin, and Putin was like, you know why? Because that's what you said in 1993, in 1991, remember? And there's also documents, the Budapest document, remember? That's another one that Ukraine agreed to give its nuclear weapons. There were some guarantees over there by the Russians, by this, by that, including the fact that, hey, NATO is going to be neutral Ukraine, and NATO will not expand, and so on. Verbal, and Russians show certain documents. Now, is that what we're talking about here? The Ukraine has to have guarantees? I think a lot of things happen in the background. I mean, definitely, it's not like, oh my God, they don't talk. First time when Shoigu spoke with, what's his name, Austin. Psst, okay, really? Or Blinken with Lavrov. Leave me alone. So, Yermak. He's the press service of the Office of the President of Ukraine, the advisory group that is developing proposal for security guarantees for Ukraine will present the first document with recommendations on 29 to 30 August. Andriy Yermak, the head of the office of the president, at a briefing on August 22nd, and I'm quoting, quote from Yermak, "I confirm that by the end of this month, somewhere around 29 to 30th of August, we can already expect the first document containing the recommendation of a group of experts together with Mr. Rasmussen." He's not Ukrainian, just so you know. Rasmussen is kind of like Norwegian, Swedes, around there, you know what I mean? And says, former Secretary General of NATO, to appear. So do you think that this guy Rasmussen just lands in Kiev and he was behind the scene and everything? We are currently working on this document. Today I have informed our colleagues who are also interested and waiting. I can tell you a secret. Well, if it's a secret, you can tell us, dummy. And I'm quoting, "I'm already familiar with its text, but I will not tell you. But it will be a very powerful document." Yermak, like a giggling girl. Hey, I know the secret. I'm not going to tell you. Don't ask me, please. No, don't. I know it. No, don't ask me. That's how I envisioned this guy when he said, I can tell you a secret. Well, you can. Or you will, or you should, or you would. I am already familiar with the text. It will be a very powerful document. Okay, Yermak. Okay. All right. In May, Andriy Yermak, the head of office of the president, and Anders Fogh Rasmussen, former NATO Secretary General, headed an international advisory group that will develop proposals on security guarantees for Ukraine. There you have it. So, they're working on it. Someone is there, remember? I was about to say, I spoke with U.S. retired Colonel McGregor the other day. No, I made a video what he said, and he said that they're done. Ukraine is done. They don't have any manpower to do anything. The Russians are putting the army now. Take their reserves and everything out and put the army. He said, why do you think these guys haven't done anything in about 2 months? They don't have any. I'm talking about Ukrainians. He said that $60,000 again. 60,000 Ukrainian military were slaughtered already, according to McGregor. And about 100,000 wounded and so on. And they said the Russians have 45,000. And they said the Ukrainians reported it's only 9,000 of our fighters killed. I don't believe that. No. Okay, so let's go back to this. This is one of the requirements. Guarantees, safety guarantees. I don't think a safety guarantee is like, hey guys, after we win, we're gonna have safety guarantees. It didn't say anything about that. They're gonna come with a document now. And with Rasmussen, what are you doing there? Yeah, I think this is, they don't want to call it a peace process because you're going to say, okay, who won? Hey, I thought you're not going to negotiate with the Russians unless they go back to Vladivostok. Wasn't that? Oh, you said that you want Crimea until Crimea is liberated, but they don't want to be liberated by you, by the way. You're not going to stop, you're not going to talk with no process of negotiation with the Russians until they go back. Who? The whole Russians? You have a big population over there, majority population in the Donbass, Donetsk, Lugansk, and Crimea are Russian. What do you want them to do? They don't want to stay with you. They don't love you anymore. They want a divorce since 2014, actually. And you will not get over it. You still want the minor bride that was arranged for you to marry by Papa Stalin and others. Remember? Hey, remember? Hey. All right, now you do. Good. So I'm glad you remember that. So that's the way it goes. I'm going to wait for more signals regarding other things like, well, maybe, we'll be okay with these guys. Let's discuss the Donetsk, Luhansk, Crimea's status. That's going to be the next one. Let's discuss about maybe a kind of autonomy within Ukraine, something like that. Or I would say, in the name of peace, we decided to lay down the arms so people don't die anymore. We're the good guys and do whatever you want. They're going to show their chest. Shoot us. You see. And it's a comedy, but it's too serious. But these guys behave like, I can tell you a secret. Get out. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just. I will tell you a secret.